JM press. So at our facility, we see people get these mixed up all the time between a supine tricep extension, a supine dumbbell skull crusher, or a supine or just a dumbbell JM press. So those three, certain people will use them synonymously. We kind of think they're a little bit different depending on the joint positioning. So I'm gonna go without a weight and demonstrate the joint angles to show you the differences between the three positions. So when I'm on my back, if I'm gonna start with the one in the most overhead position, it's gonna be the skull crusher. So I would bring my hand to where it's directly above my shoulder. I'd bring my hand over my head, right? And then my shoulder gets frozen and the only thing that bends is my elbow. So this is changing which tricep is becoming active because of how gravity works on my shoulder joint and my elbow joint, because some of our triceps cross our shoulder and our elbow and some of them do not. So it's just a way for us to hit different angles. And then, so this would be what we'd call a dumbbell skull crusher on a flat surface, right? So supine. And then if I came to just a supine tricep extension, my hand would be above my shoulder again, and then my shoulder's frozen, and then I just bend at my elbow. So it hits my tricep at a different position because gravity's not working through my shoulder compared to this position. And then the third one, which is this video, would be our JM press. So I get set up in the exact same position, hand above my shoulder, but as I lower the weight, my elbow translates that way, and the dumbbell comes down kind of like around my throat or my chin, and then I'm gonna press back out. This is commonly done with a barbell, but maybe it hurts because you don't have enough forearm pronation to be able to get down in that bottom position and drive back out. And then the shoulder is gonna matter a little bit too. So whatever's the most comfortable in your elbow positioning, that's what I would say do. I don't get too caught up on how much elbow flare you have or how much you don't have. I just want the mechanics to be very particular in that sequence that we talked about between the skull crusher, the tricep extension, and the JM press. So I'll give you a real-time example of all three again. So I'd go here, overhead, I'd freeze at my elbows, my shoulders, excuse me, and then I would bend, and that would be an example of a skull crusher. And then here, my elbows are gonna stay directly above my shoulder, and that would be an example of just a tricep extension. And then a JM press, my hand is above my shoulder again, but this time when I go to bend, my elbows are translating forward, and the weight's kind of coming down toward my chin, and I'm gonna drive back up to that top position.